Do the unimaginable. 3 approaches for how to always stay inspired, and some misconceptions about inspiration and creativity. I've had these issues where I didn't know how to make music because I didn't feel inspired. I didn't have like the thing that made me start do things that I liked. And the reason to why I felt like that was because I needed a good solution for a problem that I didn't know. Because being creative is about finding a solution for a problem. So when you're not inspired, it's simply because you don't have a problem to solve. How I thought of being inspired and being creative was that I wanted to make something brilliant. I wanted to make something good. But it's like something brilliant, something good. There are solutions for problems or situations. So we need to figure out what is our problem. What is it we want to investigate? What is it that we don't know of yet? What is it that we want to learn? If we teach ourselves to be brave and actually investigate the unknown, what we don't know, and start to learn, then there's like endless inspiration and endless creativity. So what kind of problems is it that we need to be able to solve? How would it sound if I want to write a song with the ocean as an inspiration source? How would it sound if I wrote a song on an instrument I've never played before? How would it sound if I actually finished this idea with vocals? You see, now we start to have something to work with instead of I want to do something great. Because then it's like, but what does it mean to do something great? And I want to be good. Yeah, but what does it mean to be good? Trying to be great and good is just like the opposite of being inspired and creative. So we need to take our focus away from trying to be good because we actually don't know what it means. And if we have a problem that we don't know what it means, then how can we find a solution for it? Or we can do like me and just like spend 30 years of our life trying to figure out what it means to do something that's good. And the short answer is to do something that you really think is cool, something that makes you excited, something that you like. And then have the courage to like really like believe in yourself. Not like you can become a god, but believe in that what you do and what you like actually is inspiring for others. But here are some misconceptions about inspiration and creativity. One of the biggest misconceptions that I have ever met is like you need to imagine what you are about to do and then do it as you imagine it. And then it's like completely the opposite, because if you imagine something, what's the fun about doing it then? It's like, where is the excitement? It's like playing a game and knowing that you will become third no matter what. It's like being creative is like having, again, a problem and then find a solution. And if you already know the solution, then it's not fun. So basically, imagining what it is that you want to do is basically having the solution. But it's like, if you have the solution, then you need to figure out what the problem is. I guess in that way it could be kind of fun. I think imagining something can be an amazing start to like sit down and get ready, because it's easier to get ready to do something that you think you know how it's going to be, because it just feels comfortable. But in the moment that you sit down and start to work, then throw that idea away that you think you know how it should sound or look or what it is you do. Because being creative is about finding your solution. And you can't imagine something that you have never seen before. And why should someone else have made your solution? And if they have and you have seen it, why should you then make the same answer? So if you do try to copy your imagination or something that you hear, then just promise me that you are not going to like risk everything to really try to do it as you imagine it. Instead, try to get inspired by all of the ideas that you meet while you're trying to solve this puzzle problem. Second misconception. Inspiration is what makes music good. It's like we all know this, that we hear an interview with an artist and they're like, oh, I dreamt this in a dream and then I got inspired and blah, blah, blah. And that was how I made my major hits that we all love. But yeah, it's like, yeah, but it was probably also how they made all of the other songs that we never got to hear because, yeah, it wasn't that exciting. So it's like, yes, inspiration is the most important thing, but inspiration is not something that we are struck with from above. Inspiration is actually just being brave enough to like actually investigate something that we don't know of yet and then learn something about it and use it. And if we do that, yes, then it will get exciting, because one of the most exciting things in this world is to learn. And when we learn while making music, it really becomes exciting. And I just think that all the best music in the whole world comes out from excitement. So try to be open-minded and investigate what you don't know, or look into what you think you know. It's just like with all of my videos, I really think that I know so much about everything, and then I start to read about it and learn about it, and then I figure out that yes, I thought I knew much about it. And really, this knowledge is just so exciting. Making music is something you do when you're inspired. And sometimes we just run out of inspiration. I believed that myself some time ago, and it's like the worst BS I've ever heard. Because if you don't feel inspired, that's maybe the biggest and best reason to why you should sit down and start to learn and investigate, because this is what will make you inspired to do something that actually makes you happy and excited. So when you don't feel inspired, that's the time where you need to sit down and ask a question and then try to find a solution for that question and answer. Because when we start to investigate the unknown, then we start to figure out so much about ourselves, and we start to gain confidence. The more we start to learn and let go of what we can't control, the more we'll figure out that what we can do, and that we are amazing creatures that has so much potential, but that we never really get to use it because we are so busy trying to control it. So by learning and doing something that we don't know, then we are kind of freeing ourselves from thinking and trying to get control. And when we are doing that, it's just beautiful, and it creates beautiful music. So try to let go and learn and accept that you don't know anything about anything. The last misconception: you should do what feels good. This is maybe the worst advice I've ever heard, because being in the unknown, doing something you have never done before, exploring and learning, doesn't feel good. It's like if we do it a lot, practice it, do it a bit every day, then we'll start to accept the feeling, and maybe it will get easier. But it's only afterwards it feels really good. And if we are not used to learning and do something completely new, this feels like terrifying, because we are so afraid of failing. But it's not dangerous, it's just new. But new is what's exciting, and that's why we go and travel. And it's not about doing something that feels good, comfortable, or safe, but it's about doing something that maybe makes you feel a bit terrified, because you're like walking into the unknown. And when it's making art, it's not dangerous, but it feels dangerous, like you're actually about to die maybe, or something less dangerous. But it's just our body, our system, that is like, no, stay back, I want you to succeed, so let's do like we always do, because, well, if we do that, we will never succeed, because it's boring doing the same thing over and over and over again. We'll never learn anything, and no one will really listen to our music because it's boring to hear somebody just being safe. So it's about learning to like challenge ourselves a bit every day. Okay, so now to the more happy part. 3 ways to always find inspiration. I have a list where I've written a ton of ideas. Things that I know I really hate and things I'm not sure about, and like, yeah, just a ton of different techniques and ideas. And then if I'm about to start a new song and I have no ideas, I will just go through it and then I will choose the one that I like the least. Or if I'm making a song and I'm not sure about what to do with the song, I will go through the list and then I will be like choosing what I like the least, because I know what I like the least is an option that I can't imagine that would fit in. So I choose what I like the least because liking it the least doesn't mean that it's a bad idea, it just means that my idea of how to implement it is bad. So that just means that I need to find a good way. And when I do this, I'm guaranteed to do something unimaginable. And doing something unimaginable is maybe the most exciting thing I have ever experienced. It's like this, what? Actually, when I do it, I'm like, whoa, this is how Radiohead does it. Of course, you can also pick something that you can't imagine, that you think sounds maybe a bit more interesting, but I think choosing what you really, really dislike is just, it's just like this brain fuck, because then you do it and you really need to do it good. You really need to like do your best at making it work, and you can only stop until you think it's really cool. And then when you do it, you'll just like get this aha. So I don't understand how I think, because suddenly the worst idea was now the greatest idea. And this is exciting. I will share my list in the description, but it would be really cool to generate this community list. So if you have any suggestions to what I could add to the list, then write it in the comments and I will add it to the list, and hopefully it can become like this 100-page long list. And yeah, it could be cool and fun, because then maybe there could be really bad ideas that you could never like imagine because they feel so bad. And I think that they would be equal good for you to actually try to pull off. Okay, but the next approach for how to always find inspiration. Do something new. Every time I write a chord progression, I try to avoid doing what I've already done. Every time I start writing a song, I try to do it with a new approach. Every time I write a lyrics, I try to write about a new subject. I write with a new technique. Every time I do something, I just try to avoid doing the same. And it also means that if I know how something is going to sound like, I try to avoid it. It also means that if a chord feels really comfortable, I try to avoid it, because the reason why it feels comfortable is because I've heard it before. So again, it's about walking into this unknown district where it just feels a bit terrifying because you're not sure about what is going to happen. And then hopefully you'll like get better at staying there and like really like fighting the right battles, and then get out and having made something incredible. And yes, this reminds a lot of the first option, and so does the third option, because it's all about being curious and brave. The third approach. Do the opposite of what you want to do. So for example, if you're mixing and you want to add a big delicious hall, then like try to add a small room. If you want to use big beautiful chords, then try to use the smallest chord and maybe only like one bass note. If you want to make a song with a lot of words, then write a song with a few words. I think you got the idea. Another approach, which is almost the same, is using your third idea. And I made a video about it, and maybe I should do it again, because no one is watching it, and I think it's like one of the best ideas to like music creativity bliss. So, creativity, inspiration, it's all about having a problem that you want to find a solution for, and try to avoid finding a good solution and instead try to like do something that makes you excited, because trying to be good is all about trying to please others, but everybody wants to hear what you think is really cool, what excites you. And it's like have the courage to like go up there and like share what feels dangerous to share, and learn what is really important for you to learn. And all of these things just feels terrifying, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The secret about why I make a weekly video is not because it's like the best trick to get subscribers or anything like that. It's actually that I want to like get more comfortable being out there in this terrifying unknown place, which is called creating, being creative and find inspiration. And I think you should do the same. It's also why I try to say that 5 to 10 minutes every day makes music much more easy, because if you look the bullet in the eyes 5 to 10 minutes every day, then it's suddenly not that frightening anymore. So do a bit every day, and then start to like explore this unknown territory, because doing the unimaginable is just extremely cool, and it just makes your like music 10 times cooler, I think, because it just shows you how you are, and it shows us something unique, which is you, and also something that we probably haven't heard before, which is exciting as a listener. If you want help to explore the unknown and simply learn to like activate your courage and your curiosity, you can also go and check out my course, The Essentials. We will simply be exploring a new topic every week with new techniques and approaches, and the most important thing about this 6-week course is that I will be there to guide you through, because being in this unknown territory, then everything starts to look a bit like hopeless sometimes. And this is just where I can be at my best and help you. It will teach you to activate your curiosity and your courage, and simply teach you to get through all of these terrifying processes. Go to my website ransby.biz if you want to learn more. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It would truly make me happy. And I wish you the best. Enjoy.